Morning, Judge.
Ken, how you doing?
I'm good.
Bond hearing?
Yes, Your Honor, this is the state of South Carolina versus Quentin Shaheen Josie. Indictments 2024 GS 43347, charging him with armed robbery, assault and battery of a high and aggravated nature, pointing and presenting firearms, and possession of a weapon during commission of a violent crime. He also has indictment 2024 GS 43348, charging him with assaulting an officer while resisting arrest, malicious injury to personal property, $2,000 to $10,000, resisting arrest, and attempted escape. They were attempting to arrest him for the first set of charges. This occurred 6 days later. We had a bond hearing July 21st, 2023 in front of the Honorable Judge Griffin, or the Honorable Kurt Griffin. Bond was denied at that time. We're here on defense counsel, Mr. Steve McKenzie's motion for a bond denial reconsideration.
Mr. McKenzie?
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor,
Your Honor, we have sent discovery.
yeah, we have received discovery. There's an issue with the DVD, but I'm trying to get that worked out with Ms. McFaddin. Your Honor, Mr. Josie's been incarcerated since these events happened. Don't deny the fact that whenever he was initially arrested, that he did get out of the police car. He was trying to, I think he thought he was being wrongly accused of these charges. And I understand that the police did do what they had to do in order to restrain him. I don't think any officer was seriously injured in this. There's some property damage that obviously if he's found guilty of that, he'll have to pay for. But he's been incarcerated since June of 2023, and we have not had a bond on him. Judge Griffin did allow us to come back 6 months after if the case had not been disposed of. But I think we're looking at a while before that can occur. And also, Your Honor, the victim in this case, in the initial case, which is the assault and battery and the robbery case, he's got his own issues. He's pending 3 general sessions charges that are recently arrested in Kershaw County. So, Your Honor, he is I'm not saying he's not going to be here for court. I'm not saying he's not going to testify, but he has his own issues, and obviously he's not injured significantly from this assault that my client's been charged with. Initially, there was an issue of whether or not, Your Honor, and this goes to proof, but about the robbery was over what I think was a gold chain and a medallion. We think there's substantial evidence that we'll be able to show that this did not occur, and that my client this can prove that he did not steal this man's gold chain and medallion. But again, that's not for the court to decide today. Your Honor, I'd ask the court to consider letting him out on bond. We would consider any type of home detention, GPS monitoring that the court seems is appropriate. He is self-employed. Lawn care is his business, and it is that time of the year for him to be working. And so, Your Honor, I would ask the court to consider that. He has 2 children. They're 2 and 4 years old. Lifelong resident of Sumter County. He's had some prior history with the law enforcement, but nothing in the before this and prior 3 years before this. So I'd ask the court to consider a bond. If you have to put restrictions on it, then we certainly will do whatever the court requires us to do. But I'd ask the court to consider a bond. Thank you.
Mr. McFaddin, what about the victim today?
Your Honor, the victims were at the last bond hearing. He said he would not attend. Also, the owner of the fence that Mr. Josie crashed into trying to evade law enforcement stated that he could not attend due to medical reasons. Another victim stated she could not attend because of her work schedule. So everyone were contacted, but none of them could attend.
Does he have a concerning prior record here?
Your Honor, let me.
John, he has those prior assault charges that they are a little old, I think 6 and 7 years ago maybe. A and B second.
He's got an assault and battery 3rd degree from 2014. Looks like 2 cases. And he's got a criminal sexual conduct with a minor that was reduced to an assault and battery 2nd degree in 2016. 2016, and another driving under suspensions from 2022. Your Honor, and basically officers show up to a house of a suspect shooting, and there's just blood everywhere, and there are guns, and they find the victim in the hospital, but they show up without shooting. I mean, there's just blood spatter all over this apartment. So as it turns out, the victim, Mr. Montgomery's been shot in the jaw and the mouth, and they find him at the hospital. I guess he had rapped or something, or had some rap videos, and he talked about drugs, and he had a chain on in the video, and later Mr. Josie's seen with that same chain, just the medallion, just the globe medallion is seen on Mr. Josie on later. Also, Mr. Josie, when they're trying to arrest him and talk to him about these offenses, he assaulted an officer. He began fighting with deputies. He struck Lieutenant Wesley Floyd in the mouth with his foot, and also suffered an injury to his left shin. He also faked a medical emergency, forcing Sergeant Harvin to pull over and request EMS. And then at that point, Mr. Josie left the car and absconded and escaped. He was captured approximately an hour and a half later. And while also running from police, he ran his car into a fence belonging to Thomas Mims on Lakewood Drive, and he caused damage in the amount of $4,500 for that.
All right, so he was.
And Your Honor, if I may, also, a man lost his life when an officer was responding to Mr. Josie's call.
Was he in a law enforcement vehicle and he left that vehicle to escape?
Yes, sir. And he kicked officers, he faked a medical emergency in the car, absconded, which led into a pursuit. There was a pursuit into Lakewood. Like I said, unfortunately, a man lost his life during that pursuit.
Well, I mean, that's unfortunate, but I'm not going to consider that for bond. But
Yes, sir.
Mr. McKenzie, but he was cooking with gas until he decided a police car and tried to escape yet again.
And Your Honor, he understands that's an issue. I understand, Your Honor, I don't know why the police car would even open up if he was in the back seat, but apparently it was unlocked and he got out. And I understand that's an issue.
That hurts. So I find that's a prima facie flag with us. So I will respectfully deny the bond, Mr. McKenzie.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Cooking with gas and for the